Thank you, Deepak, for such a wonderful talk and very thought-provoking talk indeed. If the students start asking the curriculum they want to study, we can democratize our educational system, and it's a wonderful way of democratizing and decolonizing curriculum from the aged teachers like me. So, thank you, and the floor is open for a few questions. Yeah, please. Come.
You can come here.
No, good morning.
Very nice, Deepak Arun, and my observations are not specific to your school, specific to your thought and a nice idea that you have projected. What struck me is G points first. It's a fact of life that in a given day, most of us would go through those exercises which Arun was nicely pointing out. It is a moot point whether debatable, moot point means debatable, whether we want to give marks for that. You can ask him why he wants to get marks for it. We do several things which are voluntary. We want to do certain things which just because we want to do. If everything that we do, a club, an event, a tournament, is going to get marks, are we really building that necessary person, an individual, from within? Keep thinking. First, this is a striking idea. Another point which you nicely scored off is we do need to interact with the society around. Good starting points, banking system, how to bank, what is it that they are giving, understanding that interest, understanding that tax, simple ideas, they should be introduced. This is another point. Language handling skills, a very good idea which he has created. For a good learner, there is nothing called waste of time. So we can keep on learning. It's a good experience listening to you that you are thinking like this. Vocational skills, bringing vocational skills into the exercise. It is true that all these experiments are happening in a given educational system. Again, nothing specific to your school or whatever. Your thought, your presentation. Now that's all. They need to come together. Now I'll have a simple question. Why he categorized higher education for 5 years? Higher education, he is budgeting 5 years to do this many tasks in 5 years. How do we sequence those tasks in a manner where I don't get confused, you don't get confused? You don't want teacher and student to talk to one another, is it? Everything is system? Think. How will I put these things together in a manner where I see a schedule, I see a plan of action without getting confused, without getting mixed up. So I will tell how much of these green blocks will go into 8. What is remaining? How will it go into 9, 10, 11?
Now, all of them are differently implemented at different stages. Like this, there's this line that you can see over here. This is line.
Okay.
And that line defines the difference between high school and higher secondary.
True.
At that stage, these events, that higher secondary stage, these things aren't as given as, a lot of focus. Because these given focus at that level. These things are given focus at the high school level. And in case of some of these things, right here, it's kind of the same for both. It's pretty much similar. The differences are really, really small. Same amount of focus that we give. That is different.
In theory, yes. Did you find time to go through the STEM education, STEAM education models? If we have a timetable,
Yes, we do.
let's talk about a timetable.
Yeah.
How will the timetable come into picture into this exercise?
These exercises.
Yes. Then what is wrong with the existing system?
Now, in case of the timetable, these mandatory subjects are included in the timetable, while the rest of them are not. They are existing for the students, supportive systems. They are not in the timetable thrust because they are there as things outside the curriculum for the student to learn. They can do that in intervals or in free periods. We can assign them. Like this is a pretty much unexplored region of this concept, so it is to be explored. We need to have a bit of thought.
Good, nice. You should know some limitations will be there. Given a choice, my interest goes to cricket. To the point where I can sacrifice everything in my mind. And it appears very good to my mind. So if the choice of putting together, like make your own Sunday of subjects, you can go, the list is there, subjects list is there, take something from this, take something from this, make your own Sunday and study. How will you ensure a balanced outcome?
In this system, like each things are pretty much balanced. Like when we said streams, students want to learn. That's right. There are already arts things existing. Arts field does already exist. So it is very similar to that. Subjects standing closer to it are accumulated into the curriculum, into the timetable aspect. Do they like it or not? It is there. And this thing is there because they need to know it in order to be successful at whatever they're going. They are not making their own timetable. They are not making their own way. We are providing them with a way to go where they want to go. We are providing the way. They are not the way makers. They are not paving the way. That's
okay. Good. We need to understand what you are thinking a little more better in that sense. Now you touched upon a very nice point called examination.
yeah.
AI based tool will create some questions.
That is different. That is a different message. That is for the improvement of individuals' knowledge or skill set. That is what it focuses on. No, that is not an exam. Yes, it will be a test to improve one's knowledge.
Do you think that we'll have one-to-one teachers in this method? Can it happen? See, because online is there, computers are there. You choose your teacher.
That's actually not possible.
Right? It appears to be possible to my mind. My combinatorics is telling me that.
I'll have to think with that because as far as I have done with teachers in the system, I only assign them the roles, like what they should be doing, providing the necessary guidance to the student, correcting their mistakes, telling them what's right, and getting them on the right path. That is the job of teachers. They also dictate whether a field selected by the student is right for them. They have a say in that. It's their remark. That's a final say. That's a final fact. That's going to determine whether a student goes to field or not. So I have assigned a role, but not much depth.
No problem. No problem. Let me ask that question. I'll give you a choice. Atomic theory, space science, food science, and oceanography. Will you be able to choose in a manner where you are asking that question employability? You put one point, goals, employability. Will you be able to decide for yourself which is going to be good for you to get employment?
Not at that much detail. There will be a bit more regularities between these fields.
How will you?
It is not the division of the subjects. Like some subjects are included and some subjects
I
are
understood.
excluded. That is not how it is. It is the amount of focus given to the subjects. Like everyone will be learning the everything.
That is the meaning, sir. If you have to give focus to the subject, you should tell how much.
It's different in per percentages.
True, 25%. That's how the subject gets defined. Biology gets defined because you want to give 40 lecture hours. Otherwise, it doesn't have a definition. You can simply go to your garden, take one leaf, study and come back. Put it in your scrapbook and come back.
Very good discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?